Kung Lao. In a not-so-shocking turn of events today, Kung Lao has been added to the Mortal Kombat roster via a Finnish print magazine. What's up, guys? Max here with some details about Mortal Kombat X as we lead into the new year. Kung Lao, the longtime Mortal Kombat veteran, has made an appearance in the game now and looks a lot different than you might expect. What I find hilarious about this situation with Mortal Kombat is that the guys at NetherRealm are kind of handling the characters of Mortal Kombat with a lot of care and love right now, and they're doing something that I kind of wish that Capcom would do to the Street Fighter series, and is sort of evolve their characters to kind of make them grow in certain ways. The nice thing is that throughout all the Mortal Kombat games, you kind of see the characters evolve in some way. They look pretty unique and kind of different throughout the majority of titles, and Kung Lao is officially old man status now, and I think it's freaking awesome. Between the few screenshots we've seen, he does retain a lot of the classic moves that we remember from the previous games. His outfit is slightly touched up, but is very reminiscent to his classic character design, which I think they did purposely because his face is now totally different. He's an old man. But what has very much changed is the different styles and variances that you'll be able to play as Kung Lao, mostly because the type of hat that he wears is going to change depending on which variation you use. Ed Boon, in a recent interview with NetherRealm, was saying that Kung Lao's variances might be the biggest of any members of the cast, unquote, saying the differences between Kung Lao's Tempest, Buzzsaw, and Hat Trick variations happen to be some of the biggest ones, with Tempest Kung Lao using more spinning attacks and has the ability to set a hat to spin around him as a shield of sorts, which sounds crazy good. And his Buzzsaw variation has a hat that is sharpened with razor blade edges, allowing the player to control the hat throws a little bit more. Hat Trick is also the most experimental of the three because you can now throw and call your hat back at any point you want. And like I said, the one that I think sounds the most useful potentially is Tempest, which allows more spinning attacks and gives you the ability to set his hat to spin around him as a shield. And for you guys that don't know, usually when you have characters that can kind of put orbs around themselves in some way or another, usually ends up being very good. That'll probably cause some pretty crazy mix-ups, some pretty crazy cross-up setups, and if you have that around you, it's kind of difficult where to block sometimes, although Mortal Kombat does have a block button, you gotta consider that. Either way, I think Kung Lao looks pretty good, and like I said, I think the stuff that they're doing with these characters is fantastic, and we did get some more information regarding a little bit of what they're planning to do with the online modes for Mortal Kombat X. Ed was mentioning that the online features are going to be a bit more complex in MKX compared to the other games, and how you can actually start off with 5 different options of alliances that you can begin the online campaign with, including the Lin Kuei, the White Lotus, Brotherhood of Shadows, Special Forces, and Black Dragon. And you earn battle points for these teams. You guys might have remembered something very similar to this a long time ago when I first saw it implemented in a fighting game, which is back in Soul Calibur 2 with the arcade version. And this will actually change how your menus look, how things affect in single and multiplayer, so there's a lot going on here. I'm still kind of waiting to see the other online features in terms of modes and how you get people to play each other, but this is going to be a big thing in terms of leveling up your kind of status in the game, which is good. It's good to give people incentive to play the game online. But they also mentioned that a lot more stuff is coming. Challenge Tower is making a return, but this time the challenges are going to be changing constantly, even by the hour, so that'll add a lot of freaking diversity in what you're going to be doing. They did also get a little bit of information regarding what the story is going to be to the game, which kind of excites me after playing MK9's story not that long ago. And they did say the game jumps 25 years into the future where Mortal Kombat 9 ended. We see that there's a new ruler of Outworld, which is Kotal Khan. Johnny Cage and Sonya Blade have the daughter, which is, as we know, Cassie. And even though Scorpion has this new Sub-Zero to fight off against, the biggest kind of concern is that Kung Lao is pretty much back from the dead, which he died from in the previous game, and he's aged, so I'm kind of curious what the heck is exactly going on from the previous game. And last but not least, a small thing that's fantastic for folks that like to play games online. Mortal Kombat X is going to have the same similar automatic updating system that Injustice had in order to fix small things with hot fixes and small patches. This means they don't have to go through a giant certification process like most patches, which take like 3 months at times. They'll be able to update this stuff quickly, and they were able to do so with Injustice, and they didn't do too much, but the stuff that they were able to fix on the spot was good. There were some pretty crazy glitches when Injustice first came out, and that's mostly a very good thing for the future of Mortal Kombat X, And that's about it. So let me know what you guys think about Kung Lao in the comments below. I know this is a classic character, a very high-tier character in the Mortal Kombat 9 verse, but at the same time, I'm really glad that they're kind of changing these characters and their dynamics a lot. And I'm fairly sure within the next couple of days, we'll be getting the Mortal Kombat gameplay trailer for Kung Lao, as well as a lot more information. So stay tuned, guys. Don't go anywhere. I'll be back with that stuff as soon as it shows up, as soon as possible. And as always, thank you very much for watching. My name is Maximilian, and I'll see you next time.